Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. It is me, Victoria Baxter, Coach V, love strategist of New Thing Life Coaching and Saved and Single. Hope you all are doing well. Coming before you for an impromptu video for me to give my unsolicited professional opinion regarding a few things based on some conversations I've had really over like the past 2 weeks that I knew that I wanted to speak on. I didn't know in what, in what manner and to what degree I wanted to speak about it. But I figured I can kind of combine it. Every so often, I'll go live on my personal page. Of course, in the SAS tribe, I do Fresh Face Friday through the ministry and things like that. I do Sassy Saturday Special through the coaching business. I try to upload, just a coaching video, every Friday for a lot of my clients and followers. So, what I'm actually doing today, this is going to combine all of those things. This is going to be a impromptu, personal, Fresh Face Friday, Sassy Saturday Special because it really it encompasses a lot. So I'm just going to put it out there. Reminder, as I keep on doing, ladies, if you have not already, please go and enroll in the Sassy Institute, TSI, www.thejalministry.com. Phenomenal. It's my online community. I think it's amazing. And again, I'm not going to keep saying that, just because it's mine, but because I really do want you to enroll because I've been working on this for a while. I put a lot of effort into it. Based on the needs of ladies that I've been coaching and ministering to really for years now. And it's just a way to really help, with several different things to some degree. Go learn more about it. I'll probably, end up bringing it up here later in a little bit based on something else that I wanted to speak on, and that will be that. But as you can see by the title, here's what I wanted to say. Something I found to be very interesting, not really, is that there are a lot of single women and a lot of single ladies that are keeping other single women single for a very long time. And I say that because a lot of the advice that a lot of women, and I know I touched on this briefly when I went live, I believe that was last week, but I look at a lot of the advice that other single women give other single women. And it's crazy, other women saying what they would and would not put up with, what they should do if someone, that the other woman, if you're dating a man and he does this, or if you're in a relationship and a man does this, or, there's no way I would this, or, all of these, many different things, many different opinions. And so many things are keeping single women single much longer than they desire to be. And really, let's be honest, a lot longer than they really should be, but all because they are listening to someone who is speaking from pain, someone who is speaking from bitterness, someone who is speaking from brokenness, someone who has no idea what a healthy relationship even looks like, someone who has never even had a man do some of the things that they are telling another woman to wait for. And it's so many things that are being tossed out nowadays. It's crazy. Let's be completely honest. We also have a lot of different male relationship coaches and experts now as well, a lot of them with large followings. And they too are telling women, what to do, what not to do, what kind of man to deal with, and whatever else. Now, some of these coaches are great. Don't get me wrong. Some of them I do like, but a lot of them are trash, and y'all know it. I'm not naming any names, and I'm not going into any of that because we all, yeah, I mean, we're mature. Like we can all, have differences of opinion. Some of y'all are going to disagree with some of the things I'm going to say in this video. That's fine. Trash it. I mean, don't worry about it. But a lot of these things that some of these male coaches and experts and whatever else, but these followings are telling women are inaccurate. And especially if you're a Christian woman, I'll just also say that because whatever the things that they're saying are whatever. Yeah, and a lot of these men, they got a woman at home. We don't know how they've been treating these women. I know that with one in particular, there's been some rumors, only rumors that have been going around in reference to how he has treated the woman in his life that has been there for some time now. We don't know any of these things, but a lot of women are harping onto these things, and it's crazy. And I remember even hearing someone speak um, maybe either last year or the year before, talking about how Christian singles, it is currently a multi-billion-dollar industry. A multi-billion-dollar industry. And it's crazy because when you think about the fact that there are all of these conferences, there are webinars, there are books, all of these different things that are helping women. And again, it's causing these women to stay single because for them, it's like, Oh, well, now I know my worth. I don't have to settle, and I'm going to do this where I'm still going through my process and I'm still, battling this and all this other different things. Oh, this is showing me I'm not ready, or this is showing me I need to worry about this, or, this is showing me that maybe I should focus on this for now and whatever. It's like all of these different things that are currently being thrown out there. And again, it is also playing a part into women who are staying single for a long time and they know that that's not what they really want. They know it's not what they really want. And they're following all of these things because they're getting the good information. That's cool. But at the end of the day, if you're a Christian, I mean, if you're going to church, you can keep on going to church every Sunday because you really enjoy the message. And I know a few people like that. Go to church every single Sunday. Great man. Oh, that was awesome. That sparked something inside of me. That sparked something inside of me. That sparked something inside of me. Years later, you still haven't changed. Years later, that spark has already dimmed out and nothing is actually transformed in your life. So it's kind of the same situation. You can keep getting what it is you need, but you're not even allowing the transforming power to come within you and do something to cause you to change what it is you're claiming that really needs to change. And I don't understand it. I will say for me, over the past, I'll say the past year and a half, I have had two men in my life that have been just a central, very important part of so many different things. One I met on a personal level who has completely changed me in so many different ways, and I'm not even going to go into that. And then on the other side, I have, Carlos, I have my dating coaching instructor. And from being underneath him and from him informing me again of the way that men think. He's my dating coaching instructor, but he's also been a dating coach for men for about 15 years now. So he has all of this insight, and taking his courses over a year ago just really had me like, wow, you've been doing it wrong all along. You had no idea what the heck you were talking about. And only with some things, I'm not trying to say like I'm just, so far off, but I'm glad that I signed up for that. Yeah, for business and in order to help women. And then I'm glad that I met this other man. But at the same time, these things right here, they were, again, a very major part of my life because it helped me to change my way of thinking. And had it not been for meeting these men, I feel as if I would have not have been able to properly help single women the way that God has called me to help single women. Because again, when you have these different groups on Facebook, awesome, nothing wrong with that. Again, conferences, conversations, you're sitting in the hair salon, and you're gossiping and talking. All of these women are oftentimes giving advice based off of their current emotional state, their mental state, their experiences, their desires, whatever else the case might be. But they're all missing what? Insight from a man. They're all giving advice and telling you things based off of them, or maybe because of what pastor told them in a message, or whatever pastor spoke to them about previously, and they're projecting those things onto other women. And it's what I see happening all the time. I listen and I watch very, very closely to see the advice that other women give other women, and the advice that I'm always shaking my head at and disagreeing with. It's like, huh, I see why you're single and you're about to cause this person to stay single. Certainly, yeah, and let me just make it clear. Encouraging, empowering, uplifting, that come on, that should be a given, right? That should be something that we should automatically be doing as women. I get that part. But I'm just saying we have to be mindful because we are really at a point where we are over complicating dating. A lot of us, as I always say, tuned into that infamous WIIFM station, What's in It for Me. We're very selfish, and we can't say that we want marriage God's way. We can't say that we want a good relationship. We can't say that we're ready and all this other. My earring always falls out. That we're waiting and we're ready. All this other good stuff. But we make everything about us. We have it all figured out, the way the man needs to approach us, the way he needs to, the way the very first conversation needs to be, the way he should and shouldn't text us, and don't text me to death and call. And if you haven't, made plans by such and such time, and we don't do this, and if he doesn't do this on the first date, or okay, well, the guy did this and I'm done with him, or girl, if that was me, I would have been done, or you actually gave him another chance, or I mean, it's been 3 months and y'all haven't, whatever. He asked you this after 6 months. Well, if a man is even thinking about sex, then that means that he's going to cheat on you during marriage because he has no self-control. Like, oh, but he's struggling with lust. It's like I hear things and I'm like, y'all chill out. Even as far as Christianity is concerned, we go too daggone deep. Chill. Like chill, chill, chill for real. Like I can't believe it with certain things. And I will say for me, I got to a point where I was borderline there. And for me, it was because I was at that place where I knew I was ready for a change in what I was allowing. So immediately in my mind, I went to the extreme on what I was and wasn't going to do. I'm no longer going to date a man who does this. I'm no longer putting up with this. If you don't know by this amount of time, and if a man ever blah, 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 and we have all of these different foolishness, these things that we claim are red flags when it is really just our insecurities speaking. They are not red flags. A lot of these things that are quote unquote deal breakers are not deal breakers. They are us trying to control the situation and trying to put God in a box of the way that we think that he should bless us with something, the way that we think that he should actually do something. And we need to cut it out 100% completely. And a lot of these other, like I said, it's crazy to me, the whole multi-billion-dollar industry, going back to that, because again, I'm somebody, the occasional conference, yeah, cool. Some of the books, yeah, cool. Webinars, yeah, cool. Heck, I do a lot of those things. I do conferences, I do webinars, I do books, all of those different things, because yeah, you can do self-help. You can do a lot of these things while still progressing. Like it doesn't mean, oh no, I'm stuck right here in my healing phase. I can't do anything else until I leave right here. Nothing else. Everybody, like, don't touch me. Everybody stay away. Lies. Like, where does it say that in? Where does it ever say that you can't do something simultaneously? Like you're working on something, like whatever else the case might be. I'll never understand that. But I will say for me, even as far as TSI, my online platform is concerned, I have it set up where you can stay with it for the whole year. After that, bye. You shouldn't be dependent on me forever, because otherwise you're gonna still be single. Like it's like again, maintenance, all that other good stuff, cool. But there's no reason why somebody should be continuously signing up for every single thing, spending all of their money, still, coming to me for coaching after coaching after coaching, and then years later, you're still single. You're still working on you. That is something I'll never understand. Healing doesn't take 10 years. I get that some people have been through some serious, serious things. I'm not making light of that. I get that there is some serious trauma and whatever else the case might be. Some things you're always going to be going through that healing process, or you're always going to have to, or maybe remind yourself, should I say, that you're healed, or that, whatever. Of course, there are going to be possible triggers. Of course, there are going to be memories. You're not healed doesn't mean that you completely forget about it. But healed means that it's no longer affecting you. And that healing process should not and does not take 10, 15, 20, 25 years. Well, I'm still single because you don't know what I went through 7 years ago. Okay, well, now that you know what you went through 7 years ago, what are you doing about that? What are you doing about that? Like, have you started the actual work? I look at some of these biblical couples, they weren't healed before marrying. They weren't healed before being, in a relationship or whatever. Look at Abigail. Look at Ruth. Look at Bathsheba. Three women who, they all lost their husband. It's like, boom, then you turn around and you're already married to somebody. All of them were actually healed. I didn't see them say, oh no, well, I gotta wait because I'm still, I'm going through that. I'm broken. I'm damaged goods right now. Stay away from me. Don't do this. Know your triggers. Absolutely. Know your triggers. Be honest. Tell men what these triggers are and move forward. Move forward. That's what it is. That's really what it all boils down to. I've been talking a lot lately about rejection and abandonment because it was something that I finally realized that I was dealing with only after encountering someone who was triggering all of those things tremendously. And it was finally a matter of, once I realized what it was, it's like, okay, I can sit back here and I can let, the spirit of shame cover me and be like, okay, girl, you're a hot mess. How are you out here? You're a dating and relationship coach, but you're dealing with this and it's just now coming to the surface, and you found that out after, meeting a man and whatever else. I could have kept all of that to myself. I didn't have to tell none of y'all that. I could have, let God work on me, with that privately, instead of even being public as far as that concern is concerned. But no, that's never what my ministry has been based on. I've always been someone who has been very transparent. I've always taken pride in being relatable, helping ladies by any means necessary. I've always said that I'm going to be that Me Too person repeatedly. So I've shared it with others. I've shared it with him. Again, it was a matter of knowing what my triggers are, knowing how certain things make me feel, why I respond a certain way, working on those things so that I'm not saying, oh, well, this is my reason for doing this. This is my excuse. And if you don't like it, no, boo, because I used to do that crap years ago. It's time to grow up. I can't let that hold me in this area anymore. So I'm not. So again, it was realizing certain things, informing, people about that, being completely honest and saying, okay, well, guess what? I'm moving forward. It's not going to define me. It's not going to keep me in a certain place. Like, we're not doing that. I'm always talking about the 4 R's when it comes to healing. Again, enroll in TSI because we're going through the 4 R's the entire month of February. But like all of this week right here, we were talking about realize. Like a lot of us, we say that we're good. No, you're not, because a lot of the things that y'all speak, a lot of the words and a lot of your actions show that it's coming from a place that has not been healed. And when you can look at your words, actions, and thoughts and realize, okay, this is stemming from something else, then you can realize that you are in need of healing. You can realize that there's something that needs to be tended to inside of you. So it's going through all of that. So it's like you have to realize, and then like next week, we're going to be talking about release, like how to release those things and to be determined that it is not going to have a hold on me. I have it. It does not have me. Like, we're not doing that in 2020. And if you enroll now, like, you still would get access to, like, well, everything from this past week, because simultaneously, for those who choose the student and alumni tier, you get access to the digital courses. But even for those that choose the intern level, you still get access to the Bible study that I do weekly. And what I started last night was the heart exam series. We are digging deep with Proverbs 4:23. Above all else, guard your heart. Everything you do flows from it. And a lot of you, as we examine your heart, it is going to be evident what's going on inside there by us looking at your actions, by us looking at the things that you think, the things that you speak, and the things that you do. Your heart is going to show so much. And so it's just phenomenal. I just wanted to say that, ladies, and I don't get, this was not a pitch for TSI. Would I like to see you enroll? Absolutely. Have at it. The jalministry.com/TSI. A lot of different benefits for all 3 tiers, 3 different levels. Choose whatever. I just want us to be careful. Excuse me, I've been talking too much now. When it comes to who we're listening to and what we're doing in this season. And again, I'm not saying that marriage should be the end goal. I'm not saying any of that. But if you know that a relationship and marriage is a goal, then do something about it. If you're one of those, oh, I mean, if I get married, cool. If I don't, I mean, I don't really care. Like, I mean, I'm whatever. If you truly mean that, and I mean truly, because some of y'all say that, but you don't mean it. You're saying it out of fear or because, well, I don't know, God, I don't know. It's like you kind of portrayed your rejection and abandonment issues onto God. So it's like, well, what if he doesn't come through? What if he does? I mean, because no one else has really come through. My daddy, he left, and I don't know if God, like, I want this, but I want to act like I don't, because I don't know if God's going to give it to me. And if I want something, then God doesn't give it, then it's going to, trigger something inside of me because I never dealt with those rejection and abandonment issues, whatever. So if you know that this is something that you really do desire, a marriage, relationship, you're getting older, you realize you've been single for a while, I've been doing some wrong things, I'm ready to do it right, I'm ready to move forward, then think about who you're listening to, think about what you're doing and what you're not doing and what your reasons are for that. Step into the whole realize what exactly is going on at this point. I remember years ago, I heard somebody say, realize, real lies. Real eyes, realize, real lies. At some point, you have to look truthfully and acknowledge the lies or the truth of the situation that you have been telling yourself. You got to really, really pay attention to that and find out what has you in this current place, and especially if it's a place that you don't want to be in. Determine, who has been planting seeds in you that you've been allowing to take root in your heart, that is causing you to live or not live in a certain way, that's actually holding you back from many different things, that's causing you to just sit on the bench and pray, instead of getting off the bench and actually stepping out the boat and actually, taking a faith walk to some degree. That's all. As I always say, I'm not here to change your mind regarding anything. I'm only here to open your mind. I'm here to get you to look at things from a different perspective in some way to some degree. And that's my little rant for the day. I got stuff to do because soon I'll be getting on this road heading to Atlanta, ready to see some peeps, and speaking at this dating mixer tomorrow that I'm super super excited about. But I just knew that I had to speak on this because it was on my mind, and I hope it blesses you in some way to some degree. Ladies, again, go enroll, and depending on what tier you choose, guess what, you can also get monthly accountability sessions with yours truly. We can talk about whatever the heck you want to talk about because I am here for you. But God bless you all. I pray that you all have a fantastic Friday, and I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.